Al-Shabaab.
I am saying.
Where is that evidence? Because it is very different from this paper that you have presented here. Is different from stating that the president, that the president of the Republic of Kenya met Al-Shabaab leaders. Is that still your contention today, that he met Al-Shabaab leaders? And if so, Mr. Gachagua, where did they meet? What did they discuss? Because this is an allegation that you are making.
I'm saying President William Ruto answered on the issue of China. He has a mouth. He can answer whether he met Al-Shabaab or he did not meet Al-Shabaab. Kipchumba Murkomen is not a spokesman for William Ruto. Just the way he answered. He answered. Kipchumba Murkomen was answering me.
You alleged that, and now we would just want to understand from you. You have put the allegation.
I have put the allegation.
So would you want to provide that with facts? When and where did the President of the Republic meet Al-Shabaab leaders?
I am saying William Ruto can answer that. Did he meet them or he did not meet them?
Are you saying he met them?
The onus is on him.
No, the onus is on you. He who alleges must prove.
He's the one to ask me to prove. Not you, or you are not his advocate, are you?
I'm a Kenyan.
I know.
When you make an allegation, do you not expect...
But why did he answer the one on China?
No. When you make an allegation, do you want nobody to hold you account for what you allege?
Let me tell you, Yvonne.
And this is why we're asking you here now.
Let me tell you, Yvonne. This matter is under investigation by the Senate.
Let me tell you what I'll That's understood. I just want to understand from you. You say the president met Al-Shabaab leaders. When and where? And for what purpose?
What I have said, that this allegation was made by the Senate.
No, this allegation was made by you, Mr. Gachagua.
But the other details on top of this bill. I was in America. Every bill has attendant facts and figures.
Mr. Gachagua, when we have an opportunity to speak with the members of the Senate of the United States, we will pose the same question to them.
Yes, you will.
Tonight, I am speaking with you, who has himself said that the president has met leaders of Al-Shabaab.
What will not do?
So we're going to ask you...
We will not prejudice investigations by giving details of what we know. Even like RSIF, I have said I have a lot of information that is available to those who are investigating this matter.
Have you given all this information? Because this was a request that was given by the state authorities.
I was in America.
Just immediately after the explainer that just happened tonight, I've never seen this backlash. Since I started watching Yvonne Okwara's explainers, interviews and all that, I've never seen this backlash from the public. I don't know what is going on because, I realized that when the explainer started, when Yvonne Okwara started the interview with Rigathi Gachagua, the people that were watching Citizen TV, that is on YouTube, without looking at the TV, the YouTube one, was something like 100 and around 200, 200,000. It was 201,300 and something and 12. And immediately after the short break, the number short break ilikuja alafu baada ya kitu 5 minutes it went down. Ikaenda mpaka around 100,000, then it's like ikapungua. So I was trying to ask myself, what was the sudden drastic change? What was the sudden change? What happened immediately? Kwani watu wameenda wapi? Only to realize that people were very much irritated with the way Yvonne Okwara was asking questions. Now, before I play you the videos of what was happening, let me just read for you some of the comments here that people the way people have commented on tonight's Yvonne Okwara's interview with Rigathi Gachagua. Some people are saying that what happened to Yvonne Okwara, she's irritating subtly. Some are saying that she was majoring on non-issues. After the break, she came back polite. I think we talked about that. And then wengine wanasema kwamba this Yvonne Okwara comes out as a gun for hire with her. Line of questions and mien. So determined to unseat Rigathi Gachagua. Tribalistic, okay? Rigiji is sharp fella, though I don't support his presidential ambition. Yvonne, your demeanor in this interview reveals a lot to be desired. Then you keep on calling a national leader Mr. Gachagua. You have no respect at all. I don't know. Hard, not silly. We need the truth. Your tribalist must be called out. The citizen is compromised bana. Yani anauliza aje mbona asireport kwa DCI na boss wao ni Ruto. Yvonne Okwara ni, this one is so personal. Let me not read that. Anajifanya haelewi shit yet Gachagua anaongea fact. I don't want to read that one. Hiyo iko na some kuna venye iko sawa. And then Yvonne Okwara, Yvonne represents the entire conman cows. More. Those are the comments. Some of the way people are just talking before I play the videos. And then some was saying I've stopped watching after I realized Okwara is real tribalistic, pretending to be a journalist. During Luo cultural festival, do they speak English? Who doesn't know Kenya is a tribal country full of shares? Yvonne Okwara, like many other journalists, thinks of herself as a genius. They imagine they are too brilliant and believe they can corner the people they interview, always wanting to steal the thunder. Shame on them. Yvonne Okwara is clearly Kasongo's operative, but Rigiji is dealing with her properly. It will take some time for Wamnyoro to realize, to relieve himself of this tribal tag that has hovered on his shoulders ever since. Some are saying shame on you. Yvonne Okwara, ask real current issues, not clips from 1980s. An interview should open doors. I agree with this. An interview should open doors, not stay stuck on one. Kenyans deserve a full conversation. Many questions, real answers, clear vision. Let's raise the bar, Kenya. Then let me just read the last one. This one is saying that this one is congratulating Yvonne. You know, when kuna watu ambao where there's a positive feedback, there must be negative feedback. Now this one is saying that these are the real questions. Yvonne doing the Lord's work. Let her keep injecting. We need facts, not allegations. Yvonne, are you Ruto's advocate? I support this man, a truthful man. Bana, I am happy everyone has seen it. Her mileage has dropped from today. She thought huyu ni yule wa kawaida. This guy is smart. Surely let him speak. Yvonne Okwara is doing more talking than the interviewee. He is the reason we tuned in. She's trying so hard to provoke him. Yvonne Okwara has been very petty today. Now, I really don't know your thought. You can tell me what you think at the comment section concerning the tonight's explainer between Yvonne Okwara and Rigathi Gachagua. I just want us to watch this interview, some of the sections that I have, the segment that I've taken. I just want us to watch them up to the end, and then you also tell me what you think. Do you really think that Yvonne Okwara was herself during this interview, or maybe she was not prepared? Some people are saying that Yvonne went on this interview without preparing herself very well. She did not know what she was going to do. I don't know. Some are saying that she did not know what she was doing. Some are saying that Yvonne Okwara was tinkering on the age, giving the impression that she was getting agitated. I don't know. Maybe you are. Why is she so angry? You can tell me what you think at the comment section, because I know majority of you guys watched the explainer, the interview between Yvonne Okwara and Rigathi Gachagua. So you can just tell me what you think at the comment section. Wewe mwenyewe ulionaje? Was Yvonne herself during this interview? Ama there is something that we are failing to understand? Was someone paid to come and embarrass Rigathi Gachagua, but it backfired? Ama, what do you think? Some are saying that she is compromised. Some people are saying that Rigathi reminds me of KK mwenyewe. Can't believe he's gone forever. May he rest in peace. And then back to Yvonne, Kenya is not Rwanda. And then there is a problem with the journalistic skills. I feel she is poking him. She's a total letdown. And then some people are saying that it looks like Yvonne is redoing an impeachment motion. It seems she is paid. Finya hiyo mzee kabisa, well answered. She's interrupting Rigathi Gachagua senselessly. She cannot let him answer. Mr. Gachagua, the contempt, lack of etiquette, and the self-importance. bana ananisinya sana. Regarding his thing, alikuwa aulizwe nini ya maana. Ni nini anaweza fanya asaidie Kenya. Yeye na Kasongo ni kitu moja. You don't want to say it, but Gachagua is tribal and has single-handedly derailed the movement that started June last year. True. Mwanamke mjinga sana ametumwa. Yvonne Okwara tribal, she's on a state house payroll. It's just simple. Mr. Geoffrey has been cornered. My friend, siku ya kufa nyani mit zote uteleza. Yvonne was off the track here. Perhaps she would have taken time to study whoever she was interviewing. An egg on the face of our favorite TV girl. That one says a lot.
I want to give some context to what some of your critics say. You've just returned from the United States, where you were there for about a month and a half.
Yes.
And you addressed people from Mount Kenya. From your itinerary, we also noted that you met people from other communities as well.
Yes, I did.
The Kisis in Minnesota.
Yes, I
did. We're told also you met the Kambas in
yes.
Washington, D.C.
Yes, I did.
And I'm not sure, but the Somalis also?
Yes, I did.
You met them?
Yes.
I'm not sure where that was. But Mr. Gachagua, some would ask then, why are you comfortable meeting Kenyans along tribal lines as opposed to their nationality?
Vaughn, there are no Kenyans who sit somewhere as Kenyans. If you go to the United States, people have community organizations that were not established by Ricky G. I've not been to America for a long time. But when you go to America, you find the people from the mountain have their own organization. The Abagusi have their own organization. The Ma have their own organization. The Kamba people have their own organization. The Mlembe Nation have their own organization. And let me tell you, Yvonne, let people not pretend that communities don't sit together and talk the same language. God, in his own wisdom, created people with an identical language. And people tend to congregate around each other to discuss their issues. So when the Abagusi community invites me to address them in the United States, do I tell them I cannot meet you until you call the Kambas and you call the Masais and you call the
Why
others?
not? Why not, Mr. Gachagua?
Why should I?
Why not meet them as a group of Kenyans, as nationalists, as patriots?
But I'm asking, I attend those meetings by invitation. You don't go to arrange people how to invite you. You own an invitation. If the Abagusi people say, come, first and foremost, I went to Baltimore, and the Abagusi people said, tomorrow is Sabbath day. Can you come and join us in church? I did. And when I was there in church, there was an interpreter. The preacher of the day was preaching in English, but there was an interpreter in Abagusi, because those people speak their language. And by the way, Yvonne, let nobody feel embarrassed about speaking your language. Even the preamble of the Constitution acknowledges the ethnic diversity of the Kenyan nation and why people must be proud of where they come from. And that is why you find the Abagusi are in a church in Baltimore, and there's an interpreter to interpret the sermon in the Kisii language. That is the nature of the Kenyan nation. Mr. And there's nothing Rigiji can do about it.
Mr. Gachagua, you are I imagine you think of yourself as a national leader.
Yes, I am.
You are the former deputy president of the entire Republic of Kenya.
Yes.
As a leader, you say, you get an invitation. But even after all of that, as a national leader, do you not think you have the influence to speak to people and say that I'd like to meet all of you as Kenyans? Because in as much as people organize based on where they come from and the language they speak, that is
Kenyans.
fair. Mr. Gachagua.
Sorry.
In as much as people speak the languages they do and come from the regions that they do, but there are some common shared national problems that they would have. Why not organize them or congregate them as Kenyans and then listen to their collective issues, which you can then try to seek to address?
That's exactly what we did. I had two types of meetings. I had town hall meetings for all Kenyans, across, for all communities. Then there were communities that invited me for meetings. to discuss issues that are unique to those communities, because communities are not, they have their own unique issues that do not transcend across the country. Next week you are in court. Same for governors, same for everybody. Why would William Ruto want to take over investigations? He said when he formed the government that he'll make sure the National Police Service is independent. He'll give it money. He'll make sure judiciary is independent. He'll make sure the DPP is independent. Today he is saying he wants to form a multi-agency team under the office of the president to deal with corruption. I can tell you, and I want to tell these members of parliament, you will have to stick with William Ruto to the end. You'll go home together, because the minute you try to move and abandon him, like it happened to Moi in the year 2002, he will have a file on all of you. So all those senators who took money during my impeachment, all those MPs who took money during my impeachment, all those MPs who took money for the finance bill, all those MPs who have been taking money from William Ruto and his cronies for various things in parliament, William Ruto has a file on each one of you, and none of you will be able to abandon him. For the money that you took, you have to stick with William Ruto up to the ballot. And you try, and you tell me, you have seen already, the EACC after William Ruto spoke. That is a script, you can see how good it is. The minute he spoke, the EACC said William Ruto has done that. That's done well. He says we are 4 governors now at the radar. And you see the governors at the radar. Kimani Wamatangi. Because he doesn't agree with the Kimani Ichung'wah in Kiambu. So they are using that file to coerce him politically. And what will happen now, this multi-agency team, it has been outlawed by the court, but he still formed it. They are going to create files to enable William Ruto to deal with people like ourselves, who don't agree with him, and to hold all those leaders who are with him, who may want to abandon him and go to another political.
That week, your former party, UDA, the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, and Raila Odinga's ODM had a joint parliamentary group meeting. And it was during this meeting that President William Ruto accused the houses, both houses of parliament, of corruption. Now, having been a member of the executive yourself as deputy president, do you share the president's views of corruption at the Senate and the National Assembly?
I share his views 100%, but he has no moral authority at all, absolutely none, to talk about corruption in parliament, because he's the one who has corrupted parliament day in, day out. William Ruto pays parliament for anything that he wants to happen. The finance bill, he paid members of parliament 200,000 shillings. They passed the finance bill, they were in trouble from the public, and when things backfired, he turned around and threw them under the bus. My own impeachment, the one you are trying to take me through again here, although I underwent that impeachment, I didn't think it was necessary for us to go through it, had nothing to do with gross violation of the Constitution. That house, unregulated, undignified. I have seen Wetangula allowing me to be discussed in Parliament without somebody moving a substantive motion. And in Parliament you cannot discuss an individual unless you move a substantive motion. In that Parliament, Wetangula does not allow members who don't support William Ruto to speak. He is very selective. In fact, he has really eroded the dignity of the National Assembly. From 1963, we are the lowest in terms of the speaker. I have seen him in public rallies singing praise and worship to William Ruto. I have seen him doing harambes for women and youth. That is the problem, that the two speakers have refused to rise above partisan politics and play their role as speakers of those institutions.
Kenyans have interpreted the war between the executive and both houses of parliament as a possible sign of disagreement between potential partners in high-level corruption. Do you see it that way?
Yes. In fact, all these things, all these fights you see between parliament and the executive is about corruption. Because William Ruto has made Kenya, State House is a crime scene. Kenya is a criminal enterprise as a country. So what has happened, Yvonne, I must tell you the truth. When William Ruto introduced money in Parliament for the impeachment, he paid a lot of money. He whetted the appetite of the MPs and the senators. 10 million. So these guys want money every day.
Did you counter that offer?
Yeah.
Did you counter that offer during your impeachment?
I did not. In fact, people came to me and said, Rigi, we like you, we love you, but we are being offered this. Can you give a counter offer? I said, no, I don't have the money. And even if I had, I don't think I believe in this. Just go ahead and do what you must do. Others came. In fact, there is an MP from the coast, a friend of mine, a great friend of mine. He came and showed me the messages William Ruto had sent him, threatening him to jail him if he doesn't sign for me. And he came and said, I have children, my brother, I am crying as I do this, but I have been forced. These are the messages. Another MP from South Rift, a good friend of mine, came and showed me the messages of threats and intimidation from William Ruto. Kwanza, he said in an interview, I will never allow anybody to punish my deputy. I will never allow anybody to lack respect for him. I will never allow anybody to do to my deputy what Uhuru Kenyatta has done to me. He not only did the same, but he went ahead to do what Uhuru Kenyatta never did to him, to pay people to throw him out of office. And this is the same man. So sometimes, I don't know whether he is the same person. Sometimes I get lost.
Why do you think, so you're saying the president punished you?
I'm saying what he had said he would never do. He not only did it, but went ahead to throw me out of office.
Why do you think he did that?
Because I could not agree to many things that he was doing. He had wanted a Mr. Yesa. He had wanted somebody to agree to corruption, somebody who can agree to killings of young people. I told him off. I told him no. And I said, I cannot. No, he was telling me to defend Adani. I told him I will not. He says, go to the TV stations and defend the university model. I said, I will not. Because the thing is not good. You know, I was in a funeral in Kitale, and the Senator for Kisii, Richard Oyonka, really attacked the government because of Adani. And I spoke last. I did not say anything. I talked about other things. I left. And the president's PA called me all manner of names. Wewe ni mujinga sana, you are very stupid. You are deputy president, you spoke last. Somebody has attacked the government and you cannot defend. What kind of a deputy are you? I said, my friend, tell the president to call me and tell him I cannot defend corruption. Adani is corruption, I will not defend. Then he said, utatuona. The rest is history. Yvonne, I am a credible man, I'm a man of honor. And I was prepared to face the consequences of standing with what is right and what is true. And I asked him.
What was the idea for you in your mind with this?
Initially, we thought it's a genuine thing. Only to realize that it's about business. That William Ruto has seen a business opportunity to sell cement, to sell steel, and to sell iron sheets. Again, to partner with developers to make money. And for that program to succeed, it needed a source of money. So he had to create a housing levy so that the money is flowing. And this money has been put in Sidan Bank, a bank that he bought immediately we came into office. Okay, Sidan Bank is level 3, is tier 3. According to the central bank regulations, all money belonging to parastatals and governments must be put in tier 1. Tier 1 is Cooperative Bank, Equity, Barclays, those big banks. But he told central bank to allow Sidan to receive money from SHA and also money from housing. So that bank has grown, from a profit of 300 million in 1 year to 1.2 billion.
So
William Ruto is in every scandal in this country, and I believe we are going to discuss SHA, we are going to discuss all those issues. And he's in trouble internationally. When I was in America, nobody wants to hear about him. You remember there's an organization that gave him the second position in the world as the second corrupt leader in the world. And he is trying to shift focus from himself and throw it to the members of parliament. He is actually throwing them under the bus to the people of Kenya. He's trying to say there's too much corruption so that people can remove the focus from William Ruto and take it to the members of parliament. That is what he is trying to do. And I told these members of parliament, The minute this guy realizes that you are of no use to him and you are expendable, he'll throw you under the bus. Number two, he said he is going to form a multi-agency to deal with corruption. To start with, that is wrong because we have independent institutions to deal with corruption, EACC and the DPP. William Ruto cannot take over investigations because that is interfering with independent offices and is interfering with the constitutional commissions. That redundancy and the sugar industry has collapsed. Bomas of Kenya has been leased to some Asians, and Bomas of Kenya is a cultural heritage. Now we are giving to Asians to run our own culture. Everything is being leased. And when you ask William Ruto, he is saying, because of mismanagement, we must lease everything to people who can manage them properly for a profit. What I want to ask my brother William Ruto, if the solution to mismanagement is leasing, since you have mismanaged Kenya, please advertise for the leasing of Kenya for the next 2 years. We get some people to lease Kenya because you are saying that is a solution. Why? Next week you are in court. Same for governors, same for everybody. Why would William Ruto want to take over investigations? He said when he formed the government that he'll make sure the National Police Service is independent. He'll give it money. He'll make sure judiciary is independent. He'll make sure the DPP is independent. Today he is saying he wants to form a multi-agency team under the office of the president to deal with corruption. I can tell you, and I want to tell these members of parliament, you will have to stick with William Ruto to the end. You'll go home together, because the minute you try to move and abandon him, like it happened to Moi in the year 2002, he will have a file on all of you. So all those senators who took money during my impeachment, all those MPs who took money during my impeachment, all those MPs who took money for the finance bill, all those MPs who have been taking money from William Ruto and his cronies for various things in parliament, William Ruto has a file on each one of you, and none of you will be able to abandon him. For the money that you took, you have to stick with William Ruto up to the ballot. And you try, and you tell me you have seen already the EACC after William Ruto spoke. That is a script. You can see how good it is. The minute he spoke, the EACC said William Ruto has done that. That's done well. He says we are 4 governors now at the radar. And you see the governors at the radar. Kimani Wamatangi. Because he doesn't agree with the Kimani Ichung'wah in Kiambu. So they are using that file to coerce him politically. And what will happen now, this multi-agency team, it has been outlawed by the court, but he still form it. They are going to create files to enable William Ruto to deal with people like ourselves, who don't agree with him, and to hold all those leaders who are with him, who may want to abandon him and go to another political. Senator James Rich is the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee in American Senate, tabled a bill in the Senate asking that the status of Kenya as a non-NATO ally be reviewed in view of the following allegations. Relations with China, that is one. Number 2, relations with Iran. Number 3, government of Kenya and key officials of Kenya with non-state armed groups and violent extremist organizations, including the Rapid Support Forces and Al-Shabaab, participation in the Belt and Road Initiative, and then blocked persons and foreign terrorist organizations, including such individuals and entities based in southern Sudan and Somalia. Again, extrajudicial killings and abductions. I am not the one who came with these allegations. So, when these allegations came and they were in the headline, Kenya is under investigations in the Senate. This is a bill. I've given it to you. President William Ruto replied and said the Americans have a problem with him because he has opened bilateral trade with China, which is good for the country. And that is why the Americans want to review their relationship with Kenya. So when I went to the next meeting, I said, fine, you have answered about China. What about the other allegations? You are being investigated in the country.
Al-Shabaab.
I am saying.
Where is that evidence? Because it is very different from this paper that you have presented here. Is different from stating that the president, that the president of the Republic of Kenya met Al-Shabaab leaders. Is that still your contention today, that he met Al-Shabaab leaders? And if so, Mr. Gachagua, where did they meet? What did they discuss? Because this is an allegation that you are making.
I am saying President William Ruto answered on the issue of China. He has a mouth. He can answer whether he met Al-Shabaab or he did not meet Al-Shabaab. Kipchumba Murkomen is not a spokesman for William Ruto. Just the way he answered. He answered. Kipchumba Murkomen was answering me.
You alleged that, and now we would just want to understand from you. You have put the allegation.
I have put the allegation.
So would you want to provide that with facts? When and where did the President of the Republic meet Al-Shabaab leaders?
I am saying William Ruto can answer that. Did he meet them or he did not meet them?
Are you saying he met them?
The onus is on him.
No, the onus is on you. He who alleges must prove.
He's the one to ask me to prove. Not you, or you are not his advocate, are you?
I'm a Kenyan.
I know.
When you make an allegation, do you not expect...
But why did he answer the one in China?
No. When you make an allegation, do you want nobody to hold you account for what you allege?
Let me tell you, Yvonne.
And this is why we're asking you here now.
Let me tell you, Yvonne. This matter is under investigation by the Senate. Let me tell you what I'll
That's understood. I just want to understand from you. You say the president met Al-Shabaab leaders. When and where? And for what purpose?
What I have said, that this allegation was made by the Senate.
No, this allegation was made by you, Mr. Gachagua.
But the other details on top of this bill. I was in America. Every bill has attendant facts and figures.
Mr. Gachagua, when we have an opportunity to speak with the members of the Senate of the United States, we'll pose the same question to them.
Yes, you will.
Tonight, I am speaking with you, who has himself said that the president has met leaders of Al-Shabaab.
What we'll not do,
so we're going to ask you...
We will not prejudice investigations by giving details of what we know. Even like RSIF, I have said I have a lot of information that is available to those who are investigating this matter.
Have you given all this information? Because this was a request that was given by the state authorities.
I was in America. I was in America.
You're here now.
I did many things in America. This matter is in the Senate of the United States. It's not an investigation in Kenya. And even when I was told I can talk about it in Kenya, I said, the DCI has not launched an investigation in this matter. If they did, I would give what I know, but they have not. I am not going to volunteer information to an organization that is not investigating a matter. This matter is under investigation by the American Senate. If they require my input on what I know, especially on Sudan, I'm available.
Do you not believe that the Kenyan authorities would want to investigate this matter of a sitting president?
It's up to them. I'm not a part of the Kenyan authorities. If they want to investigate, they can go ahead and investigate. What I know is that the matter is under investigation by the Americans. And I'm saying William Ruto has a mouth. He can deny or confirm. Just the way he did about China, he also can reply to this one.
So why report this to the Americans and not Kenyans?
Yeah, because they are the ones who are investigating. The Kenyans are not investigating.
What is your thought on the state of rule of law following, everything we've seen with the protests in the country, and what the way forward or the way out of that impasse looks like?
Yvonne, I saw the president gazetting Katiba Day, and I was flabbergasted as to how foolish William Ruto think the people of Kenya are. Katiba Day? He has violated the Constitution from the first chapter to the last one. Freedoms in the Bill of Rights have been taken away from the people of Kenya. These young people who were abducted, they were within their constitutional right to question government. Yet, and I have said many times, when the Gen Z started becoming very vocal, the president authorized the formation of a killer squad of 101 officers from the administration police who are seconded to the National Intelligence Service and given very high-skilled training in abductions, killings and cover-up. And that is the squad that has caused havoc in this country. And it works under the National Intelligence Service. It was authorized by William Ruto. That is the squad that is responsible for gross violation of human rights. And what is sad, Yvonne, and this matter was raised with me in America, and I heard Akina Wetangula saying I went to talk bad about my country. I never talked bad about my country. I love my country. Kenya is a great country, and I told the people in America as much. But we have poor leadership. We have bad leaders. What is shocking, Yvonne, is after all this, a president who is elected by the people, a country with a constitution, a country that has a very strong Bill of Rights, can publicly issue orders for people to be shot in the leg and then taken to the hospital on their way to jail. It's a level of impunity. And I'm very happy that in the bill in the Senate in America, that issue has been raised. Abductions and extrajudicial killings. Yeah? So, what is happening again when we had the last protest and Sabasaba? The state took over the protest and sent criminal goons to beat people, burn and touch property, and stage manage attack of police stations and courts. It was done by police. And then arrested innocent young people and charged them with terrorism. You know, that court in Kahawa is a specialized court to deal with terrorism, a very serious crime that needs to protect our territorial integrity and make sure that the country is safe. But to make sure that these young people are intimidated and they have no voice and they will never again hold the government to account, they are charged with the terrorism. So as we speak, we are at the lowest in terms of violation of human rights. And that's where the Americans are having a great problem with us. And we have never reached where we are. And the situation is coming from bad to us. For abductions and extrajudicial killings to come to an end, William Ruto must leave office. For us to stop corruption and theft of public resources, William Ruto must leave office. We are saying for us to restore our economy and create a good environment for business, William Ruto must go home. We are saying for us to bring an end to state capture, William Ruto should not be in office. For us to restore the health system and do away with this shared nonsense, he must be out of office. We are saying for us to restore our education system, bring back free primary education, make sure there is capitation, William Ruto must leave office. That is where the one-term thing comes from. That before we can even make the changes that we desire, the first thing is for him to exit. And that is why he is complaining and asking us for an alternative. We have very many alternatives. We have a very good program for healthcare, that we need to reform the NHIF the way it was and make sure that people have health.